Hello, all guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast, brought to you on I gotta change on YouTube,
On
on
YouTube.
Spotify, on Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. Okay,
Yes.
I had to think about the intro now.
Google Podcast is dead. Long live Amazon
Yeah,
Music.
it's not the same. Yeah, I apparently they were folding in those two things in.
Oh,
And I looked up. Actually, no, that's not true. They fold that into YouTube, into like YouTube music, is what they
that
were
sounds
trying to
about
do
right.
with that. But I looked on RSS of like where is our podcast already, and like automatically they put it with Amazon Music,
Nice.
and I was just like, I just want a third thing to say in the intro.
No, the rule of threes. It exists for a reason. It's got but a boom rhythm to it. He's drumming over here. Yeah.
So
Also, anyway, hi, I'm David. What? Oh, you haven't
I
done
didn't
your
even
part
finish yet.
Fuck no. No shit.
This is a new era, and it's off to a great start. But yeah, I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. I watched a lot of wrestling.
There we go. Jesus, I'm I'm a noob. Haven't watched nearly as much wrestling, and I must say, sir, as a medical science enthusiast, I feel bamboozled that I have been brought here on the promise of chronicling the miraculous recovery of Dusty Rhodes from the fatal condition of broken ankle, and instead I have been suckered into watching the fuck is this wrestling? Absolutely absurd. I want.
Well, if you like medical drama, I do actually have some for you in the front half of here.
Oh my!
Yeah, so we're on the road to Starrcade 85, The Gathering. Everybody's talking about The Gathering now.
Magic the Gathering. That's what we said.
That's not even like a regular phrase that people use often.
Bro,
Like,
I don't like.
Where do they come up with this?
Where do they come up with any of this? Starrcade is still so wild to me that the fucking boomers that ran WCW actually came up with the name Starrcade as like their WrestleMania equivalent.
Except it predates WrestleMania.
Yeah, okay, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but and they had taglines for all these early ones. You had Starrcade 83, a Flair for the gold. Flair was in the main event of that one.
Well, yeah, huh?
Starrcade 84, the $1 Million Challenge.
Was the $1 Million Man in that one?
No.
Oh, well.
Starrcade 85, The Gathering. Starrcade 86, Night of the Skywalkers. Again, we're just...
Oh my fucking god, I forgot about that!
No, that's different than what you're thinking of. You're thinking of WCCW's Wrestling Star Wars. This is a completely different thing.
What? They just did it twice!
World Class had Wrestling Star Wars.
Oh, I guess, yeah, World Class, not WCW. What the damn.
Starrcade has Night of the Skywalkers.
Oh my god.
Now it's
Fritz Von Erich got away with not getting sued by George Lucas, and everyone's like, all right, I guess we're all hopping on this shit now.
It's supposed to be a reference to the fact that one of the big matches on the show is a scaffold match.
Sure. Okay.
Starrcade 87, Chi-Town Heat.
Okay, that one's reasonable.
Starrcade 88, True Grit, and Grit has 2 T's in it.
I mean, that is what? Wait, 2 T's. Hold back up a second. Why?
Yeah.
I guess Starrcade has 2 R's in it. They just really like their unnecessary double letters, I guess.
Starrcade 89, Future Shock.
That's
Starrcade.
Okay, True Grit's in the name of a movie. I feel like Future Shock is also something, right?
It is the name of Drew McIntyre's DDT, but I don't think that's where he got it.
Yeah, really.
Maybe. Or maybe he did. I don't know. Starrcade 90, Collision Course. Starrcade 91, Battle Bowl, the Lethal Lottery. That's all one thing.
Okay, so that we're starting to get a little out of hand with these names then.
Starrcade 92, Battle Bowl, the Lethal Lottery 2.
The Lethal what?
and then the Lethal Lottery 2.
Oh, they thought they peaked with that one. Okay.
Starrcade 93 10th anniversary. I guess they didn't have anything else they could say.
Man, they're really running out of juice.
Starrcade 94 Triple Threat. You will never guess what the main event
Damn,
was.
they really have run out of juice. We went from
Actually,
Lethal
no,
Lottery.
it's because it's not Triple Threat because the main event is a Triple Threat. It's Triple Threat because there are 3 main events.
Brother.
And you will never guess what the 3 main events of this show are.
Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes.
You wish.
Oh, I will legitimately never guess.
The main events of this show are Vader versus Jim Duggan for the United States Heavyweight Championship.
No.
Sting versus Avalanche. That's Earthquake, but in WCW.
Oh my fucking god.
And the main event of fucking Starrcade for the World Championship was Hulk Hogan versus The Butcher, a.k.a. Ed Leslie, a.k.a. Brutus Beefcake.
The barber is here?
Hogan and friends have taken over WCW.
Yes.
Hogan is here, and he brought all his ball lickers, and he let his number 1 ball licker main event Starrcade with him.
But he wasn't gonna put him over, dude. That totally doesn't work for him.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Hogan won. Oh, fucking course he beat Brutus Beefcake.
Do you think Brutus Beefcake would be allowed to get anything more than a 1 count on Hulk Hogan? Give me a goddamn break. Bro, that's fucking Hogan's just over here being like, well, you know, this WCW contract is lucrative and all, brother, but where's the stipulation that I must have my balls licked at all times, dude?
And then Starrcade 95 World Cup of Wrestling. The gimmick there was all the matches were WCW versus New Japan. And it was like, which side is going to win the most matches? They opened a forbidden door.
They opened a fucking closed off passageway, a denied doorway.
WCW won 4-3 in the World Cup of Wrestling.
That sounds about right.
And then that's the last Starrcade with a tagline. The others are just Starrcade insert year here.
Man, that last one, you know, it's all right, but just could have had a snappier title. I'll workshop it a little bit for him. That's my gift to 90s WCW.
Anyway, back to what we're here for the gathering. That was just a fun little thing because guess what? I don't have a ton to talk about in the front half here.
Really?
So it's a fun little diversion to talk about the history of Starrcade.
It is that I quite appreciate because we are in theory here to talk about wrestling, but in a way that's very different from WWE. What wrestling?
Yeah, it's like it's not that the matches are bad; it's that they're a minute long.
They are 60 seconds in length. They're not long enough to be deemed good or bad. They just are.
Yeah, they are wrestled under WWE speed rules.
True. That's forgotten. Where's their Twitter belt?
Yeah. So there's 10 matches on the card for Starrcade, and they've all been announced. So I will reiterate them here, and if there's anything we need to talk about, I will mention it.
Yes, please.
So the main event of Starrcade, Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair for the NWA World Championship.
Yeah.
The most interesting thing that happened this week with that is Ric Flair Ric Flair and Dusty had promos. To be clear, we're watching the November 23rd, 1985 episode of Starrcade, the go-home show to Starrcade of WCW.
Okay. Now, of course, that's probably fucked in terms of linear storytelling because everything is asynchronously shot.
I think World Championship is correct. Mid-Atlantic is where I don't know. Yeah, okay. I think World Championship Wrestling is in the right order.
Okay.
But I think this is the go. This should be the go home show.
All right. Well, okay. Got it.
We'll see. But then they basically just cut from. I think the most interesting thing is there might have been the first promo with all four horsemen together on the November
Really?
16th on the November 16th episode of WCW that I watched. Now, I tried to figure out when they named themselves the Four Horsemen, and if so, and if that, we would have done that episode. But they didn't name themselves here, and I don't know when they do. I can't figure out what. Like the story goes that Arn Anderson in an interview called them the Four Horsemen of
Really?
wrestling, and that's why. Like that's the story of how they came up with the name. But whatever interview that is, I can't find it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, fair enough. That's so wild that that's like lost to time and or at least harder to find.
Yeah, like there's not a. It's harder to get a date on it. But I think this is the first time I remember that like Ole, Arn, Rick, and Tully were all in a promo together.
That's insane.
That I can remember. They didn't have anything interesting to say, but they did end the show with this big like. They ended the show with this like teaser angle of where the Horsemen are like, because it's the fucking interview area, the interview area is next to the ring.
Yeah.
So the Horsemen are in the interview area. Dusty and Magnum are in the ring calling them out. And they bring with them the Road Warriors. And suddenly it's 4v4.
The Road Warriors.
They are back from Japan.
Oh shit. Fuck, didn't we see that like was that one of the Road Warriors that got a shout out for getting engaged via his shoot name? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do, and
because it's one of the ones that's fucking related to Laurinaitis.
Yeah, Animal.
Animal.
I think that, yeah.
Animal, so they're back from Japan. Animal's back from getting married, I think. Or engaged.
Yeah, but they're back. That was the big thing on the November 16th episode, is that the Road Warriors came back, they had a match, they cut a promo, like there, and then here they're in this big main event angle is like Dusty's bros. Dusty will have so many bros in the fight against the Horsemen. People will just constantly be teaming up with Dusty to fight the Horsemen.
I mean, to be fair, when you have the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Tully Blanchard, and Ric Flair, you're going to get just the absolute Venn diagram of every single motherfucker that has ever had beef with them. People are willing to just murder these men, and Dusty provides a great banner for that. So, I mean, that makes perfect sense. I see nothing wrong with this.
The Road Warriors basically cut a promo saying Paul Ellering is not with them, which is interesting.
That is interesting.
He, according to Hawk described it as he is back in Chicago doing the Ebenezer Scrooge routine, counting their money. That is the way he described that. I was like, that's not famously what Scrooge does in that show, in that play.
I mean, he does do it,
but like that's by the end, that's not what he's known for.
Look, you don't have any. I in trying to conjure other famous misers of pop culture, I can't think of many more for the time. DuckTales isn't on yet, or else he almost certainly would have said Scrooge McDuck, but that a little ahead of his time, unfortunately.
Yeah, so they don't have Ellering with them, but so they're just cutting a promo on there, and they basically are like we're not quite friends with Dusty Rhodes, but we do respect him. He is a man of the people, and we're from the streets, so we'll help him with the Horsemen.
The streets?
They are street people, except they're not, because that's a different thing. Oh. But they are of the streets.
I feel as though they should be consumed under the brand, the Jimmy Valiant brand.
That's such two very different energies, Jimmy Valiant and the Road Warriors.
Well, yes, but also, really, when it comes down to it, they're both just kind of, or I guess all, just kind of maniacs. It's an acquisition waiting to happen. The Jimmy Valiant Company its ability to do outreach within the Brandos. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, whatever. So that's the big hype thing. I don't know how they're going to pay that off. I guess we'll see in this episode.
Yeah, that
What
would
they're
be
going to
cool
follow
to
up with that.
see.
But they're teasing a big old match.
Big old brawl.
Maybe if you could extend this out into July at the Great American Bash Tour. Maybe you could settle this in like a 2 rings, 1 big cage kind of a match.
No fucking way.
Just spitballing.
No fucking
what
way.
you could do with that.
You're shitting me. They do war games over this in the mid 80s?
The War Games was invented in 1987.
Holy shit.
The first War Games was the Road Warriors, Nikita Koloff, he'll turn babyface, and Dusty Rhodes versus the Horsemen.
Wait, Nikita Koloff turns babyface.
Yeah,
it's one of the Koloffs turns babyface, not both, just one.
Yeah, it's a whole thing where it's like, when Magnum has his motorcycle accident that ends his career, then Nikita Koloff, who at that point had become his greatest rival, turned babyface.
Oh shit!
Through that out of that tragedy.
I think you've talked about that because he's like, I may be bastard. That's
yeah, but
it's not Russian.
But Magnum TA is cool.
But I respect my enemy, comrade. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but the original idea of War Games was we want to have a match where a bunch of dudes fight all the 4 horsemen at once.
That's sick as fuck.
Let's do it. And then it becomes a match of we want everyone to team up and fight the NWO.
Well, absolutely.
How about that?
Natural evolution there.
Yeah.
I mean, those do make sense, and it's crazy that it's spun off into the very prolific thing that it is now. But holy shit, that's crazy. So this extends to GAB for the first War Games.
Yeah, the original War Games was originally part of the Great American Bash.
Holy
shit. And then they invented a pay-per-view fall brawl that became the annual War Games pay-per-view.
Oh, that's neat. Fuck, we gotta watch that sometime, man, because that sounds sick as shit.
But anyway, back to 85.
Yeah.
So then besides that, then we have the Midnight Express versus Jimmy Valiant and Miss Atlanta Lively, aka Ronnie Garvin, in a dress.
Yes!
In a street fight.
Bro.
They made a big deal about this. Is that this is a street fight. The only thing of note on this episode was it got fucking weird. Because Jim Cornette had an interview.
It got weird? Austin?
Yes, it got weird. It was all above board in my book until now. So Jim Cornette is giving an interview, and where first of all, he makes it clear that he thinks that teaming up with a woman in a fight is the stupidest idea that Jimmy Valiant's ever had. Guaranteed L is what he says.
Common Jim Cornette L, yes.
Yeah, so Jim Cornette is just hyping up that this is like a no holds barred, anything goes, crazy, no rules street fight. And apparently, and I missed when Jimmy Valiant did this, but Jimmy Valiant, in the spirit of this crazy no rules street fight, has promised to strip naked the Midnight Express to embarrass them publicly. And and so Jim Cornette says, how about when we win, we'll do that to those ugly women you got, Miss Atlanta Lively and Big Mama.
We can always tell Cornette's transvestigation wins once again.
Yeah. But he is going to strip those 2 women and show the world their ugly, ugly bodies. That is his plan. That is his now stated plan.
It's inherently gross coming from Cornette, but on the flip side, the Jimmy Valiant side of this, stripping Midnight Express naked, I think that's based. Hang dong for the people of America.
No, this got weird.
Nah, I see nothing wrong with this. Please proceed.
God damn it. Then we have the Minnesota Wrecking Crew will be defending against Wahoo McDaniel and Billy Jack Haynes for the NWA National Tag Team Championships. No real developments on that this week.
That's a solid. That's a solid enough matchup.
Yeah, it'll probably be a pretty decent match, but no story. Then Billy Superstar Billy Graham versus the Paul Jones Crew. So we did have a thing this week. I don't know if it's been established officially before, but Superstar Billy Graham will be getting his arm wrestling match for $5,000 of Paul Jones dollars with the Barbarian. It's going to happen on pay-per-view before they have a real match.
Okay.
So Paul Jones comes into an interview with the Barbarian this week, and the Barbarian has a cast on his right arm. And Paul Jones is like, well, the Barbarian has spoken to the doctor, and he must wear this cast on his right arm. Hopefully he'll be able to recover soon.
Yeah,
and Tony Schiavone goes, oh, what doctor? What's the name of the doctor? And Paul Jones says, none of your business.
Dr. Mike Ock. Thank you.
And Tony Schiavone ends up on later talking to David Crockett or whatever. He's like, we had all this information with Dusty's recovery. I think this, but then Paul Jones is like, I won't tell you who the doctor is. Seems a little sus.
He refuses to give me my medical drama? What a fucking bastard. Fuck that guy. I want to know every single detail.
But Paul Jones swears that the Barbarian is just as strong in his left hand. So the arm wrestling match will go on, but Billy Graham will have to use his left hand.
Yeah, he's starting to jack off with his left hand now.
So what I'm reading from this is that Paul Jones is trying to stack the deck on this arm wrestling match by making Billy Graham do it with his left arm.
Bro, fucking, he's using Vince McMahon tactics. You got a thing you don't want to do, slap a cast somewhere on your body, and it'll all work out fine.
I suspect that the Barbarian will hit Billy Graham with the cast at least once.
I sure hope, Austin. I would like to think that these men of integrity would not take advantage of the fact they're engaged in one physical contest before going into a much more rigorous physical contest and try to injure their opponent during said first physical contest. I severely doubt that they would ever do something so underhanded in this position. Everything above board. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Then we will have, again, Manny Fernandez putting his sombrero on the line against Abdullah the Butcher in a Mexican death match.
Unbelievable stakes. I can't believe we are seeing a match of such gravity. Never before.
Neither man was on the November 16th episode of World Championship Wrestling, but when they announced the Superstar Challenge match of this episode that we're going to watch tonight, that's basically they're like, hey guys, what if we had two non-jobbers wrestle each other?
Impossible.
They announced that Manny Fernandez will be facing the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel.
Okay, interesting. I feel like my jury's still out on Nature Boy Buddy Landel. Like, yeah, you are the rightful owner of that name. Fuck this Rick guy. But also, I don't recall if I've been terribly impressed with his matches so far.
To be fair, we've only seen him wrestle jobber squashes where he literally just hits all of his moves and then wins.
And also, works the arm for a second.
But it is mostly hit your 5 moves and win.
5 moves of doom. Oh my.
So we'll see. We'll get to at least watch Buddy Landel and Manny Fernandez in a match of more consequence than usual
That will
on this
be
show.
fun? Question mark?
Then we have the steel cage match for the NWA World Tag Team Championships, the Rock and Roll Express and the Russians. It's
Can't
just
wait
been
to
the
see what it's like watching them fight non-job.
Yeah, the Russians just continue to. The Rock and Roll Express actually weren't on the November 16th episode. It was just the Russians, and they did this. They talked the same shit they always talk.
Really?
It's America, Russia, rah rah rah. They talk about how the Americans brought in Don Kernoodle, and they won't matter because they're gonna win
Iron
anyway.
curtains. Do they go together? We think so.
I think they should talk the Road Warriors again, because that was the thing. Is like there have for a while now. The Russians were basically calling out the Road Warriors as pussies that were running from the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
The Russians. They ran off to Japan because they couldn't hang in the NWA against them.
The cursed Axis powers.
So I'm sure that probably won't pay off in this arc at this point, but that is on the horizon.
Coming down the pipe.
Yeah, it's Russians and the Road Warriors.
Interesting.
Then Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard in the I Quit Steel Cage match for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship.
They really like their cages around here.
Hell yeah, they have two cage matches. They got to make double use of the cage.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not gonna make all those motherfuckers set it up and then just immediately tear it down, bro. We got fucking economics, efficiency. Come on, people.
Mm-hmm. So nothing new here. Tully cut a promo about how Baby Doll would rather come home to him than Magnum, which I guess, but I also don't care.
I mean, yeah, probably she should, considering the forced kiss, but we've been new. Thank you, Tully.
Thank you very much. Then Buddy Landel versus Terry Taylor for the NWA National Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah! Goat! Starrcade 85. Perfect. No notes. God damn, what a stack card.
I don't have anything new to add except just it was a fun bit. The Superstar Challenge series of the day of the November 16th episode was a 6-man tag.
Oh yeah.
Between I sent you this. Pistol Pez Watley, Terry Taylor, and who else was it?
Wasn't Dustin?
And Ronnie Garvin. Not in the dress.
Oh.
Just regular Ronnie Garvin.
He's back?
Yeah. After my little research into this era suggested he was like suspended or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was partially an excuse to have him to wrestle in drag. But then he's just back and also still doing Miss Atlanta Lively. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was Pistol Pez Watley, Terry Taylor, and Ronnie Garvin versus Ric Flair and the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
Naturally, which is a pretty solid look. We're missing a horseman there, but we're on our way.
We're almost there. It's pretty sweet. Then we get Ron Bass versus Black Bart in the Texas Death Bull Rope match, where to be clear, if Ron Bass beats Black Bart, he then gets an immediate second bull rope match against J.J. Dillon.
Yeah, he just gets to murder J.J. Dillon if he wins. I really need to emphasize this. J.J. Dillon is an old fucking man.
He is.
And he's about to get trapped in a cage with a man who has this man is going to die. He is going to pass away. He shall be no more with us.
It turns out that the J.J. Dillon that worked with the Horseman was a ghost because J.J. Dillon is about to die.
100%. Look, he had some unfinished business on Earth, but he is that is a dead man we're looking at. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, Ron Bass had a promo on this episode where he basically detailed how what a bull rope is and talk about how he's going to beat Black Bart to death.
The history of the bull. See? Contemplating murder. This is dangerous.
it was not most the history of the bull rope, more of the composition of a bull rope.
Oh, I'm so glad that WCW takes time to delve into all of these little details. The verisimilitude is off the charts.
And then Crusher Khrushchev versus Sam Houston for the vacant NWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Neither man had anything to do on this show, on the November 16th show. It is the most thrown together opener match of Starrcade.
Yeah, this is just kind of here, but neat.
Yeah. So, as I said, tonight we are going to watch the November 23rd, 1985 episode of World Championship Wrestling, the Go Home Show to Starrcade.
Oh.
If you would like to watch along with us, you can do so on Peacock, NBC Universal streaming service, where WWE has contracted out all of their backlog content, and now they never have to think about doing archival content ever again. So,
Netflix deal, baby.
all the art. God, I don't even want to know what's going to happen when they get on Netflix, like how that's going to affect Peacock. I'm unsure, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's kind of a horrifying prospect, not gonna lie.
Yeah. But WWE doesn't give a shit about archival anymore. So, but it's a good thing they put a bunch of old WCW and Mid-Atlantic on the network before they decided they don't care about that anymore.
Wait, how do you mean they don't care anymore? They've just stopped detailing?
Yeah. Like it's what since they've been on Peacock, they have not.
All their efforts have just ceased.
They don't, yeah.
Bro,
Because the network, it was a content ad to try to convince at least some people, the small percentage of people that watch this old stuff, to keep subscribing. But Peacock, they get paid $1 billion, and they get their views and streams from Peacock for the modern content. So that's what they care about.
Man, fuck, that's unfortunate, to say the very least. Media preservation. Who needs it?
That is what a lot of streaming services are saying these days. I do my part with Doctor Who DVDs. I'm afraid you can't interest me in much more media preservation beyond
that I give you credit. It's better than most people.
And I do have all the Addams Family DVDs now that I think about it. Like, I went on a binge once and bought the whole 60s series on DVD
shit.
and the 90s, and both 90s movies.
Damn, you really went through a phase there. Holy shit.
That happens. I just go through very short hyperfixations on the Addams Family every once in a while.
Understandable, the rabbit hole. I get it. I've been there.
Yeah. But yeah, I got the whole 60s series on DVD. So that's
neat. That's neat as hell, actually. Damn, that's me, except with Murder, She Wrote, which how I am once again, happy Pride, everybody. How I am not a flaming homosexual is still up a question that the greatest scientific minds cannot answer. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So Peacock, you want to watch this episode?
Hell yeah.
And we will be back in the back half to discuss more World Championship Wrestling.
More?
And we are back. We have finished the November 23rd, 1985 episode of World Championship Wrestling, the Go Home Show to Starrcade 85, the Gathering.
Fucking finally. And oh boy, are we going home on this show?
I was ready to go home about 20 minutes before the episode.
I was ready to go home last fucking episode. Why aren't we home yet? When are we there yet?
Yeah, this is really what I get for not knowing enough about these arcs to have a good way to pace it. So I'm just like, we always do 5. Default's 5. Let's just do it in 5. We could have easily done it in 4, maybe even 3. But I said we're doing 5, so we do it. So we're doing 5.
I do appreciate the attempt at adhering to the normal schedule. and I will appreciate the adherence to the normal schedule in a WCW arc for as long as I can until the near future. We open with a warning from Austin that they're gonna spend 10 fucking minutes recapping the entire Dusty Flair feud. So I guess fuck us as a podcast. I guess who needs a
Yeah.
whole 5 episode arc when you can just have 10 minutes on the go home show. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so they recap the ending bit from. They show the ending bit from last week where
There are 4 of them? That's illegal.
Where Dusty and Magnum are confronting the not quite yet called Four Horsemen, and the Road Warriors show up, and it's now 4v4.
And I really need to emphasize here. Commentary is losing their minds over the number 4 here. There's 4? There's 4 of them? I'm counting, and I'm like, yep, that would indeed be. There are 4 of them. Yeah, it's 4. I didn't know this was such a. There's 4. There's 4. Is the point here?
Then we go straight into our first match of the show: Terry Taylor versus the Black Cat.
Terry Taylor, the cat versus the goat.
My first note here is fuck.
Some people say that he's not a goat, but in fact a rooster. And let me tell you, I'd let him have some fun with my cock.
Why? Why? Whatever. He beats the Black Cat. I don't want to talk about this match anymore.
Yeah, literally, I wrote TLDR. Terry bullies the fuck out of Black Cat and gets the pin pretty easy.
Hits a superplex and wins.
Superplex and wins. He did stand on Black Cat's face at one point and tell.
Yeah, it's like, what a baby face. He stands on a guy's face.
Stand on my face. Yeah, great stuff.
Then we get a long recap of the entire Dusty Ric Flair arc, including replaying like all the important parts of the story.
Okay,
they show the ankle break. They show the video interview promo. They show Dusty's return match. They show the fight from last week.
Yeah, with Pistol Pez Watley, I think.
Yeah.
Fucking okay. I do have some things to talk about from this. So first of all, Dusty and Flair here get referred to as 2 superpowers. Well, that's nothing compared to the mega powers, brother. First of all, I'm sure somewhere Hogan's politics senses were tingling. Also, okay, so I misheard Tony Schiavone early on in this segment, and I thought that he referred to David Crockett as a former wrestler, and I went, what? And I went to David Crockett's Wikipedia page. Of course, Google initially tried to take me to David Crockett, the former U.S. politician of Davy Crockett fame. And I'd say no, the wrestling guy. And I looked at his page, and he's not, in fact, a former wrestler. However, I did learn something interesting about David Crockett, in that this man is the recipient of a couple WON awards, Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards. Would you like to know what those awards are, Austin?
It's gotta be worst promoter or something. It's gotta be something bad.
In 1982 and 1987, he won for most obnoxious.
Incredible.
And from 86 to 88, he won worst announcer. And honestly, watching this fucking segment, I see it. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
The Michael Cole of his day.
It's good to know that being a charisma black hole just runs in the Crockett family.
But it's fine. He's related to the owner,
who also can't say shit on TV compellingly to save his life. Where is the media training? Holy fuck.
He's the son of the boss, and so sorry, the brother of the boss.
Brother of the boss.
The son of the old boss.
The old boss, yes.
He's the brother of the boss, so he gets to be the lead announcer with Tony Schiavone.
Oh my god, he's so bad. He's just speaking in this very low-key tone. Like Tony's trying to feed him shit, and he's just stumbling the entire time. He says of Pistol Pez Watley, Pistol Pez Watley is a world-class wrestler. Pistol Pez Watley is #world class. that is,
Sure.
yeah, you know, so yeah, David. Punchline of this: David Crockett fucking sucks. I also did get a kick out of their talking about the segment, the Dusty video call segment, and Shivani's just like, yeah, they're just yelling at a wall. Tony, it's not how you
Tony!
put this angle over, brother.
No, stop.
Stop it. Stop.
Okay.
And then also they showed one of Dusty's return matches, and it's some poor jobber whose name I can't remember with just bleach blonde hair. Fucking Dusty is taking out his anger on any motherfucker who has the displeasure of remotely resembling Ric Flair.
And he beats him with a figure 4.
He steals the figure 4.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Then
and also Tony Schiavone is very defensive over the idea that Dusty's new special boot is not a weapon.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure nothing like that will come into play.
Tony Schiavone is like trying to be like, what's gotten into Ric Flair? Why is he acting like this? I feel like it, and I feel like that plays into what happens later.
Yeah.
So
Tony, have you considered that he's a bastard man?
No.
I know. You have the belt. That means you're the best in the world. The best in the world. Like trying to appeal to Ric Flair's better.
You don't have to act like this. You're the champ already,
bro. But so Tony Schiavone's pearl clutching. Meanwhile, Dusty Rhodes is Dusty Rhodesing. Okay,
yeah. So we got a David Crockett interviewing Dusty Rhodes, and this promo is nuts.
It is. He's no longer just parroting the hard times things here.
Yeah, David asked Dusty about, like, you've been a 2-time champion before. Are you going to make it number 3? And Dusty's like, he thinks every night there could be 3. And sometimes sometimes he lets that hatred inside of him guide him. Because he's always lived on the tip of that lightning bolt that goes through this time and space in our lives. What?
No, we're on some Ultimate Warrior shit here. No.
Dusty is like, this time it's gonna be 3 because he's over the agony and the hatred to hurt Ric Flair, to just get even with the Andersons and Ric Flair. And he talks about the thousands of letters that have been sent to him. Thousands! And he's like, Ric Flair has shown his color. The color is yellow. The streak is showing from his cousins to his back all the way down to his feet.
And then he goes,
talking of feet.
Now, I'm not going to kink shame.
Yeah, my boot. If there's a demon in there, he goes so bug-eyed when he says that. If there's a devil in that foot, then you put it there.
Again.
The demon in that foot is a brace.
Sure is a convenient little explanation for why your foot is suddenly a much more lethal weapon there. Dust.
That's
sure.
But now him just getting bug-eyed saying there's a demon
in
his boot.
Oh, I know. Beautiful stuff. Again, the religious imagery.
And times have changed. Now it's risky business. It's risky business for you, Ric Flair. Because Dusty will become a 3-time champion, and the demon inside me is alive and well.
So I guess he's just demon possessed now. That's great.
A monster. He's turned into a monster.
Somebody's almost certainly done an edit of that, but now I want to do an edit of that.
Nobody knows this promo, so I doubt it, but someone should.
I know. Fuck. Well, maybe that's my next project. Who knows? Fuck. And it actually fits. Unlike hot take in WrestleMania 30, the Monster promo should have gone to the Wyatt Cena feud, but who's fucking listening to me? It's
fine because both are goated all-timer.
They are, but also, goddamn it, thematic cohesion is all I ask. Anyway.
Then we get to our next match, Don Cornado.
Wait. One more thing from the Dusty promo. But he finishes off talking about at the gathering when we all come together. Now, I'm not gonna kink shame.
Okay, Dusty.
Yeah, also, I will say, props to Dusty, though, for actually making that dumb fuck subtitle actually sound cool. Because Dusty could
Yeah.
make the phone book sound cool. At the gathering, when we all come together. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he made it work. Respect to him for that.
Mhm. Then, yes, our next match, Don Kernodle versus Don Turner.
The Battle of the Dons, a boopity boppity.
I don't even really know who's who here. Don hits a
Kernodle
flying
wins.
clothesline
Kernodle's
and wins.
not the jobber.
Yeah.
Apparently, the commentary does let us know during this match that Starrcade is such a big deal that selected cities will have it on closed circuit TV.
Well, yeah, because they don't. They don't have pay-per-view yet.
No, I know. It's just so wild to me that this is like the demarcation in the mid 80s of a big fucking event is selected cities will have it on
It's
closed
closed
circuit.
Yeah, I imagine like the obviously their biggest reach is in the Carolinas, in Georgia, WCW country. But yeah, they talk about it later about like, hey, like New Orleans is gonna get closed circuit.
Yeah, fucking WCW getting their reach out to New Orleans, being like, oh man, this is doing numbers.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
But
Tony
yeah,
Schiavone
Kernodle
promises an interview with Ric Flair later. Can't wait to get to
Yeah, Ric Flair's gonna be here. Oh joy. But yes, Don Kernodle wins in a nothing of a match. Congratulations, bye-bye. Next we have the Barbarian versus Stony Burke. Oh dear.
Yeah, this match is 95% the Barbarian beating this guy's ass.
True. That's fucking true.
Which makes it funny that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying it makes it funny because at one point, Barbarian tosses Burke to the outside and Paul Jones starts thumbing him in the eye.
Oh yeah, no, Paul Jones is bro. All of the heel managers are heel managering it up tonight. It's bad. But there's one kid in the crowd who's really vocally in the pocket for Stony Burke. So this is clearly the worst day of this child's life, tied with every other day of Stony Burke's career during this child's life.
Why did this kid hitched his wagon to a jobber, and that I hope he gets what's coming to him on that.
Like Tony Schiavone promising the later interview with Ric Flair, I promise a saga on this kid for the rest of the night, all right? We will have more. This kid will return.
It's like the Barbarian beats up Stony Burke in the ring. He beats him up out of the ring. His best spot was he hits this big-ass leg drop, and then he gets down and headbutts Stony Burke until Stony Burke falls out of the ring. It's like the junkyard dog spine.
Oh my god.
JYD would do that exact spot too because he's a fucking dog.
I love the insanity of that. Just leave.
He's just headbutting him until he fucking rolls out of the ring. Barbarian hits a power slam and a top rope headbutt Benoit style for the win.
Haha. Great, outstanding. I'm sure his head is fine.
I mean, I think he did protect. I think he protect. Nobody was less protective of their own head doing that move than Chris Benoit.
That's fair. That is very fair.
Everybody else that does the top rope headbutt did a bit of a better job of not hurting them, of not concussing themselves every fucking time.
Well, that's probably for the best then. Good. Okay. Well, that's a weight off my shoulders. All right. So yeah, you will be shocked to learn the Barbarian has absolutely brutalized Stony Burke and gotten the dub. Waka waka.
Can't wait for that match with Billy Graham. I will say on commentary continues to be a little suspicious of the big cast that is on the right hand of the Barbarian. They kind of think it's just a bunch of bullshit and an excuse to attack.
But Dusty's brace boot is fine.
Listen, it's different. Babyface and heels are different. I don't know what's wrong.
We didn't get 10 weeks of the Barbarian's personal physician explaining every little in-depth detail about his.
No, that's the thing is that we had we had medical transparency with Dusty, whereas Paul Jones won't even tell us who the doctor is that said his wrist is broken.
Where is my medical verisimilitude? Once again, I have been robbed.
All right. After that, Tony Schiavone is with Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
And he's like, Rick, the fuck are you doing these days? Why?
Yeah.
Why? And Ric Flair said while he was sitting in the control room watching the greatest wrestling show on earth, he's talking about WCW, if that wasn't clear. He was curious how someone,
he's a huge fan of Dynasty, actually.
Oh, okay. But he was sitting there questioning how Tony Schiavone or David Crockett or anyone in their position could possibly question his actions. Because Ric Flair is like, I am the world champion, and he's wearing the blue cashmere suit, and he's like, if you look at the people of the female gender, it doesn't matter what you or Crockett or Dusty Rhodes thinks, I am the greatest.
Yeah, all right. So there are a few things I need to talk about here, interjecting. So there's a dude during this promo who you could just hear the entire fucking time in the background. Like, every time Ric Flair stops taking breath, this is going like, yeah, Rick, you go get him, Rick. Go, Rick. Between every single line. This motherfucker sounds like Zeke from Bob's Burgers, for those of you who are Bob's Burgers enjoyers, like, constantly, like, hyping up Jimmy Jr., like, yeah, go get him. Go get him, Rick. Woo! Yeah, you got this, Rick. And then, and yeah, Rick is, I'm not sure Rick wants to talk about the response to him by the female gender, but okay.
Ric Flair asserts that when you're number one, you make your own rules, and everyone out there plays the game the way Ric Flair wants the game to be played.
And credit to him, this is where we want Rick Chance start breaking out.
Yeah, he starts
from the female gender. He
starts trying to talk shit about Dusty, and the girls in the audience are just chanting, "We want Rick." He's trying to like silence.
Silence for a moment,
ladies.
Even this horny bastard's like, shut the fuck up, Marks. I'm trying to make a point.
Ladies, I'm trying to talk here.
I know.
And Ric Flair is like, my ego is the biggest in the world.
And you know what they say about big egos.
And there can only be one ego that's the biggest, and it will be mine. And Ric Flair acknowledges that Dusty is right. The only way to get to him is by taking that world championship. And then he starts screaming nearly incoherently that Dusty or any of his friends will never take this belt from him. Woo! I will be a world champion forever. Woo!
I am the best forever and ever. Woo! And then he walks off, and Tony Schiavone turns to the camera and goes, we'll be right back. And then Ric Flair walks back and goes, woo!
Woo!
Thank you, Rick.
The Starrcade main event is being main evented by two psychopaths.
Absolutely. Exactly what we came here for. This one's for the perverts.
They are both crazy.
They are both.
Dusty's talking about demons in his boot, and Ric Flair is incoherently shouting "woo."
Absolutely. I mean, truly, no greater men to represent true Southern vivacity than Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes. Holy shit.
Then we get a Starrcade 85 update.
At this point, they're just running down the exact same card for like the 10th time. Holy fuck. Like, there's nothing new. The only note I had here was that David Crockett has exactly 2 matches on the card to announce out of the whole ass giant card, and he can barely remember what the fuck is going on.
Worst announcer. Announcer award is coming to you, bud.
Yeah, well, I think this is a year where he's unscathed. It was like 82 and 87 for most obnoxious, and 86 through 88 for worst announcer. So I have to wonder who in 85 was
won most obnoxious the years that he didn't win.
Yeah.
Oh, who could have guessed? Vince. Vince won most obnoxious from 1983 to 1986.
Damn, the fact that David Crockett was able to then come back and outshine Vince once more is really impressive.
Yeah, if you were curious, the most obnoxious award went to the most obnoxious award was only from 1981 to 1995, before they got rid of that. And it went Gene LaBelle in 81, working for the NWA, David Crockett, Vince from 83 to 86, Crockett in 87, Dusty Rhodes in 1988 and 1989. I could believe that.
Yeah, I could also believe that.
That's getting into like later stage Dusty, where he's also doing
Bro!
more like announcer work. I could absolutely see him being most obnoxious during that time.
But also like, well, I get it. Also, Major L.
Then 1990 is Vince McMahon again. 1991, Herb Abrams of the UWF. Jesus Christ, I know that you don't know, but yes, that's appropriate.
Oh dear.
1992, Bill Watts. This is his era of WCW. I didn't know he had an on-screen role, but everyone did hate him when he was in charge of WCW. So,
oh dear.
That way. 1993, Vince McMahon again. Vince was a 6-time winner of the most obnoxious award. And then 94 and 95 was the Hulkster himself.
Okay, well that's true. Okay, but let's talk real for a second. I looked up worst television announcer to see who had who was beating out David Crockett. So worst television announcer started as a category in 84. In 84 it was won by Angelo Mosca, whose name I don't know who.
Yeah, he was so WWF. That's like nearly. That's not quite pre-Vince, but it's close.
But Gorilla Monsoon won in 1985 and then proceeded to win for 5 straight years in a row from 91 to 95. Okay, that is an L. That is a major.
He wasn't even
L.
the main commentator in the New Generation anymore.
How does that even happen? What the shit? Like, I know the WON crowd has always been anti-Fed marks, like,
and they don't like Gorilla Monsoon.
But why? He's great.
The WON crowd thinks he was a buffoon. He didn't know what he was fucking talking about.
What have you heard the anatomical terminology that man's able to whip right out of his ass? What are you talking about? He sounds like one of the most knowledgeable announcers in the game. What the fuck are you saying?
Don West winning in 2007 in TNA, also wrong. Just wrong.
Damn, whoa.
The rest of these are about what I would expect. 96, Mongo McMichael. 97, Dusty Rhodes. 98, Lee Marshall.
Boo. Fucking boo.
Tony Schiavone in 99 and 2000. That's probably true. That's right.
That's probably true just because I know what a
Tony Schiavone stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah, I know Schiavone was such a fucking piece of work. Because that would have been right around the time he would have been like, oh yeah, later tonight, Mick Foley's beating The Rock. Who wants to watch that? And everyone went, in fact, I do.
Though, I'll be honest, he had worse announcers with him in 2000. I probably wouldn't. I would give someone from WCW it in 2000, but probably not Tony Schiavone.
That's fair.
Then you get the WWF years of Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, Jonathan Coachman, Todd Gresham, all correct. Then
I gotta say, from what I've heard of Coach, maybe I do hate him, but I feel like Coach has been like kind of fun. Like,
I mean, he got worse when he came back in 2018.
Oh, okay.
2008, Mike Adamley. That's also correct.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, he was an announcer on mostly ECW.
Okay.
It's kind of sad to make fun of him now because he's since been diagnosed with dementia.
So
it's like, he might have been suffering from that then too.
Yeah, oh dear.
However, he does have such famous things as calling Jeff Hardy Jeff Harvey and saying, you're making me crazy, Kofi.
No. All right, you can't blame the dementia on that one. That's just awful.
And then heel Michael Cole won it for 4 straight
Yeah,
years.
that is correct.
Taz won it in 2013 in TNA. That also sounds right. Aces and Eights Taz was already not good on commentary in TNA. He didn't give a fuck. Aces and Eights Taz, it's not even worse.
Bro, I will already like the let the pigeons loose. Speaking of the thin blue or the thin red line of death, Christy Hemme, like this man just makes these oh yeah, oh they also wore masks in the hood where I grew up, just not that kind. The insane calls from this man.
Then it's been WWE since then. JBL, David Otunga, Booker T,
that feels
Jonathan Coachman, which is Jonathan Coachman winning in 2018. If you want to know how his run went, famously, he called a rest hold because he was calling the match between Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey. Nia Jax had Ronda Rousey in a bear hug.
Okay.
And Coachman, which technically is a rest hold for our purposes, right?
Yeah.
And Coachman tries to argue how actually this might be a good thing for Ronda Rousey because it'll be a chance for her to catch her breath in this position.
Brother. Holy fuck, man.
He was bad.
That's not great. That's not great at all.
Corey Graves in 2019, Michael Cole in 2020, Corey Graves in 2021 and 2022, and then Booker T again.
Is Booker that bad? I feel like I've only heard like really inoffensive calls from him on NXT.
He's pretty unhinged on NXT, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I get why especially because the WON crowd doesn't like NXT. I understand what you don't like about Booker T. Like he only is half paying attention, but he is just energetic and yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I've only heard then.
He does have a few good calls, like when he would come out, when like Braun Strowman would come out, he'd always be like, "No bread, no water, just meat."
See, I like that. I appreciate the insanity of that.
And whenever Trick Williams comes out, every time like there's like a beat where like it's like because the crowd has the chant of like "whoop that Trick." In between that, he would always have a very clear interjection. It'd be like "whoop that Trick, oh yeah, whoop that Trick, yeah man, oh yes, whoop that Trick, oh yeah." Like it's fun, but like it's not great commentary overall.
That's very fair. That's very fair. I do appreciate that Michael Cole, for all intents and purposes, has had like a ginormous fucking turnaround in terms of his like performance and perception in recent years. Oh boy. All right. Well, that was a fun detour. But basically, David Crockett as worst announcer, correct. Gorilla Monsoon as worst announcer, incorrect.
But then, after the Starrcade 85 update, we get the next match, Superstar Billy Graham versus Tony Zane.
Yeah, some poor bastard named...
We get the whole Billy Graham entrance as he walks out. He's high-fiving the fans, and he's flexing the biceps.
Bro!
And he's taking the shirt off.
I fucking love how, like, when Billy Graham was in WWF, he was playing, like, this ultra heel, but in WCW, he's kind of their own Hulk Hogan in terms of presentation.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that happened in the WWF first, but in terms of, like, kind of transitioning into being, like, able to do that babyface shtick, and then Hogan ripped him off, and, you know, Vince preferred Hogan, so.
God damn it.
To be fair to Vince, Hogan doesn't quit companies every time they don't book him to be world champion. So, you know,
that is
I
fair.
get it.
I guess.
But, and Billy's older. Like, Billy's older than Hogan, I think is the ultimate, like, is probably the big deciding factor there.
Oh, that also helps. Although also to be fair here, Hogan doesn't need to walk out of companies when they don't just book him to be world champion because he just tells them to keep booking him as world champion.
That's the real smart play, brother.
That's how you really do it, brother. You got to watch and learn from me, superstar Billy Graham.
Yeah, so superstar Billy, he's just doing it's Hogan shtick. It's the state. Him and
Yeah, it
Hogan
is
have the
Hogan
same
shtick.
shtick.
Thank you. All right.
And
I thought I was going crazy.
I made a note halfway through the match. Will Billy Graham take a bump in this match? An interesting question. The answer is no, he doesn't.
Of course. Bro, when I saw Tony Zane, I went, dear Jesus, who let this overgrown middle schooler into the ring? This child, this baby is like just not allowed to get a single anything in. Like, he hits Billy Graham, and Billy Graham's just kind of like, oh yeah, keep it going. Yeah, I feel nothing. Keep it going, brother. Like, no sells the shit out of everything. Oh my god.
Yeah. Billy wins with a bear hug again. Didn't have to bump. He doesn't bump at all.
He does not bump at all. The kid who was rooting for Stony Burke earlier is now rooting for Tony Zane. So either he's just got a
doesn't even bump for moves he does, because he just like it's just like punch.
I know.
Test strength, bear hug.
Yeah, the poor kid who's rooting for all these jobbers he's having a rough day. But again, the saga will continue later.
Yeah. Then match 5 is the Superstar Championship Series match, aka guys, 2 named people.
Holy fuck! Yeah, a match that actually matters. In a twist, the kids are rooting for Buddy Landel here. What is your ethos?
Manny Fernandez versus Buddy Landel, and this is tragic. The real nature boy. Man. The real nature boy really let me down on this one as he starts the match yelling to the crowd about how Jim Crockett is finally almost giving him a worthy challenger. But then he's like, having to fight a Mexican though? Ugh.
Oh, wait, is that what he said?
Yes. He's Damn it. I had to fight a Mexican.
Damn it. Oh.
The real nature boy is fucking racist, and that's sad.
No, God damn it.
Both nature boys are racist. What a sad, tragic
Nature boy is just a cursed title. Burn it all down. We don't need it. Get it out of here.
I'm scared to know what Buddy Rogers thought about black people. Admittedly, I don't have high hopes. So honestly, I'll give you this. For the entire first half of the match, Manny Fernandez is beating up Buddy Landel most of the match.
Bro, I know. He's fucking bullying him. Flair's not on commentary for this one.
No, he's on commentary later.
Okay. It was either Buddy Landel over, like, you could just hear him say this, or it was someone on commentary said of like how Manny Fernandez started the match beating up Buddy. Is this karate or wrestling? Which, hey, incidentally, is probably almost certainly something Jim Cornette has talked about Joshi Promotions. Hey,
and I feel like it probably was fucking Buddy Landel.
It probably was.
He had some shit to say when Manny was like standing there shuffling his feet around.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
But Manny mostly just beats the fuck out of Buddy Landel for a lot of the early part of the match.
Bro, yeah, and the kids who were, I swear to God, definitely rooting for Buddy Landel earlier are now rooting for Raging Bull until Buddy Landel reverses his ass, gets a chokehold in, and then they start cheering for Buddy again. Truly,
They just want to cheer for a winner, okay?
They got so tired of cheering for jobbers, they're playing both sides so that they always come out on top.
Yeah. There was a really neat sequence where Manny like jumps to the second rope, and then Buddy runs after him, and then Manny pump fakes him like he's about to dive off him. He tricks up Buddy, and then he does actually dive on him.
That's so good.
Buddy Landel gets in an armbar. He starts jaw-jacking with the fans while he's in the armbar.
Absolutely.
Manny Fernandez is able to counter, and this is kind of weird. He gets Buddy Landel's legs in like what would kind of be like the like orientation, like if you were doing like a clover leaf or a sharpshooter, but instead
Yeah.
of sitting down on the back, which is what you normally do in those moves, he is laying on the ground and wrenching the legs towards him that way.
Yeah,
really
it
know
is an interesting way of going about it.
And then, though, a cool thing that I didn't think they did enough with here is that, like, while he's doing that, he's laying down with his head near Buddy's body. And for a split second there, Buddy Landel locks in a headlock while Manny has the cloverleaf, the modified cloverleaf in. Now, he lets it go really early, but I was like blown away by that. Like, you got a guy in a submission move, and he figures out how to put you in a different move.
And one that would be greatly to his advantage. Like, as much as something like the cloverleaf, at least supposedly hurts in kayfabe, you get a guy into a chokehold, like, you are playing with consciousness there in a way the leg-based submission isn't. So it is kind of a shame.
But then Manny gets out of it like super easy, barely anything. He doesn't do anything to get out of it, really. Buddy just like loses grip or whatever.
Yeah, nothing really kind of cool there to pay that off, but whatever.
Yeah. Manny is focused heavy on working the leg. And I mean, JJ Dillon is like getting his spots in. Manny gets a little too close to the ropes, and JJ Dillon thumbs him in the eye.
Well, what's also really funny is he's got Buddy Landel in a submission move at one point. JJ and he's standing up for this one. JJ Dillon grabs Buddy Landel, pulls him toward the ropes, and then lets go. Like when the ref turns around.
Oh yeah, that was great. Like he yanks him into the ropes so he has to.
Except the first time he does that, Buddy Landel can clearly reach the ropes from here, but he just doesn't for some reason. So then JJ Dillon has to yank him a fucking second time, so that his hands are just right there and he doesn't have to reach it all, and he can just put his hand up and have the rope be there, which I thought was kind of funny. Like, bruh, your hands were there. Just go for the rope, man.
There's a funny bit where Manny Fernandez got thrown out of the ring. Buddy walks over and stomps on him, and then he hides behind the ring post.
Bro, oh yeah, no, motherfuckers is again. Heel managers are managering it up.
But it's also at that point where Manny Fernandez is busted open. He has a blade.
Bro, okay, I guess I'm not surprised looking at Manny Fernandez's forehead, but I was not expecting this match to get bloody. Big fucking Jon Moxley energy coming from Manny Fernandez here.
Yeah. So Buddy is locking in a headlock, and this is there's a cool visual to this where Buddy has him in the headlock, and he has got Manny's blood all over his shoulder and forearm.
Oh yeah, that was the cool thing is we're starting to get the blood leaking onto the opponent, which is always a fun visual.
But then everyone's starting to hit their big moves. Manny hits this big back suplex.
Now, something real quick, something I want to ask you about before we kind of reach toward the end of this match is Tony Schiavone on commentary is like, now fans, we do have to go to commercial break. If the match ends while we're in commercial, we'll show you the ending. If not, we'll just come back to it. They're going to commercial with the toss up whether the match will end during break or not. Is that kayfabe or is that legit?
I didn't think they were live, but
that's the thing. I didn't either.
The time, I don't know.
Unless they're trying to just pretend like they're live.
That could be it. I didn't think World Championship Wrestling was live on TV, but I could be wrong about that. I'm looking up the name. I'm trying to look it up here. If the TV show was considered. It's hard. I can't tell.
That's fair.
I mean, I know it was a big thing. I know they hype up Nitro being live every week, but that was mostly to be because WWF isn't not.
Yeah.
That's why they hyped that up more. But I don't know. Maybe it was live on Saturday nights in the studio. Maybe it wasn't. Either way, or they might have just been trying to have the illusion of this is live, anything could happen.
That's fair. because it was just so bizarre to me. I'm like, I didn't think they were live. So that was so weird for them to just be like, if it ends during commercial, it ends during commercial. Like maybe they were trying to sell like what a slugfest this was, that like it
Yeah.
was going into commercial break.
Thinking of their finances in 1985, they probably weren't live.
Yeah, I didn't think so, and like nothing about their presentation tells me that they're live. So yeah, it was just kind of a funny little like that's a weird line. Also, but yeah, so they're going into the big moves.
They hit the Manny Fernandez hits a flying clothesline and then a flying back elbow.
Bro,
I
Manny
was
Fernandez is
ready
flying
for
all over the
that.
place. Dude is
He is
awesome. I'm quite enjoying Manny
kind of
Fernandez.
into
I
the
must say.
Raging Bull here.
Yeah, seriously.
He goes for a second rope knee drop, but he misses. Buddy Landel locks in the figure four, but oh my, Manny Fernandez flips it over. Gaga.
Oh my god.
And then they're just fighting in the figure four until ding, ding, ding. The match ends in a 20-minute
Okay,
draw.
saying ding 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 is being very generous to the
They do say
dinkiest
ding.
ring bell I've
It's just a
maybe
ding.
ever heard.
It is a one little ding, and then Tony's like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Wow.
So interesting. Manny Fernandez and Buddy Landel go to a time limit draw in the same time period where Buddy Landel's got this big feud with Terry Taylor going on. So I'm wondering like what the payoff to this is going to be.
I feel like the payoff was both these guys have got a big match on Thursday, so let's
Bruh.
not have either of them lose.
Bruh, no, like fuck, we could have gotten a cool triple threat out of that, or like something where Buddy screws over
Triple
Manny.
threat? What's that? This is 1985. That doesn't exist.
Really? We've never done like a three-way singles match before in
Not in
1985?
America. I don't know. I can't speak to if that's been done in Japan or in Mexico or whatever. But I know that like ECW was who really popularized a triple threat as a match in America.
Oh shit. Well, I didn't know that. Fuck.
The three-way dance in ECW was big on popularizing the concept.
Okay, well, fuck. Damn. All right, well, fair enough. I guess we can't have either of them lose. Raging Bull, as you will expect, takes this well.
Yeah, he beats up Buddy and then leaves, so he does stand.
He's raging like some type of bull. Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah.
This match overall was really enjoyable. Obviously,
Yeah.
the best match on the show.
Oh, my country.
Thank God we're
do
doing
you
this.
mean to tell me that Don Kernodle versus Don What's His Nuts did not move you in the same way?
No. I think, I get that this is still a studio wrestling show. It's still going to mostly be jobber stuff. But
Yeah.
I really appreciate the decision to have at least one match with a named person on the show.
I know.
every
Holy
week.
God.
WWE will figure this out when they start airing Raw. Then they will figure out the same thing of like, guys, you can have non-jobber matches on TV.
Took you long enough.
The industry, the television of wrestling television was hurt irreparably by the promoters in the 50s trying to put good matches on TV and it killing the business.
That's so wild that like I mean it was such a different like atmosphere, right? Like how TV worked in those days, but also dear God, man, the fact that that was then just the wisdom until the fucking 90s is crazy to me.
I mean, I don't want to say the old promoters were wrong because I mean, like every historical record that talks about it says that that's what happened. That like they tried to put all the big matches on TV to take advantage of the TV as a medium, and it made people not want to come to the shows. And they're like, "Fuck, okay, no more of that."
So goddamn bizarre. It's so bizarre.
I can't even comprehend how that works because that makes zero sense to me as a modern fan. I can't even imagine it working like that.
Like the main thing that I can come up with is just celebrity culture was different in the 50s.
I guess.
Like there wasn't as much of a fervor for like I must needs see this person live and in person with my own two eyes in order to feel fulfilled. Like, we haven't reached that media landscape yet. Like, we have big stars in the 50s, but like it's a different time. Like, we're in like the mass media is still doing kind of a different thing. So like that's probably my best guess. There isn't like it's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing with like Broadway recordings and bootlegs, right? Like everyone's like,
Mhm.
gonna fucking kill the business, and every theater kid will tell you, yeah, I've seen the bootleg, and I'm still chomping at the bit to see this show like
It
10
makes
different
me
times
want
on
to see the
Broadway.
real show because listen, most bootlegs aren't that high quality.
Yeah, I know. And well, and also like you watch the bootleg because you love the show and you're desperate to see it.
Yeah,
Like the only time you'll see a bootleg and then not go see the show is if it was a show you like really didn't give a shit about, or if the bootleg shows you that the show sucks actually.
yeah,
Like if you have a
and
good product, like we're just in an era where people want to enjoy that live,
yeah, and
ironically.
we're also not in an era where like if a bootleg shows the show is bad, it's not like you're gonna hide. It's not like you're gonna get away with hiding that as if there were no bootlegs, right? Like if a show sucks ass, everyone is gonna hear about it eventually,
Every
whether they watch a
amateur
bootleg or
critic on
not.
TikTok is gonna be spilling the tea.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it is so funny. Just I will always be fascinated by the evolution of that mindset, and I didn't know that it did actually kill the industry a little bit in the 50s. So
yeah. That
added
like there was
layers to that.
there was a real danger there, and they were like, oh fuck, okay, we gotta
Damn.
pull back.
All
And
right.
that was
Fuck.
just conventional wisdom for like 40 years until the 90s happened. And Eric Bischoff said, I have unlimited Turner dollars. I don't give a shit. Let's just throw them out there.
I have unlimited Turner dollars. What a
So much
masterful
of the
thing.
wrestling industry was changed by the fact that Eric Bischoff was given unlimited Turner dollars.
So much of the wrestling industry was changed by the fact that Ted Turner was just a fucking mark.
Like, wrestling history suggests that it is heavily influenced by billionaires being marks. Modern
True.
wrestling history has been pushed forward by billionaire marks. Ted Turner, Dixie Carter, Tony Khan.
Well, and Vince McMahon to an
He
extent.
did.
Like,
I didn't want to count him because he became a billionaire after he was a mark.
okay, well that is fair. That is very fair. But
Like he
also,
technically was a billionaire mark, but he was a mark before he was a billionaire. So I
yeah,
didn't
well, I,
necessarily
will- I
want to
will
go
say
that way
though,
bad.
you cannot put Dixie Carter in the same category as TK and Turner because unlike TK and Turner, Dixie Carter had zero good ideas.
Hey, she had the good idea to keep giving money to TNA.
Okay, well, yeah,
She didn't
you
have she
got
didn't have any good ideas about like how to run TNA,
yeah,
but she had the good
exactly.
idea to keep giving them money so they kept existing.
Bro, fucking personal rant. I'm sorry. But sidebar personal rant. It annoys me so much when people try to like equate Tony Khan to Dixie Carter as like a money mark, even though like just because you're a rich person who likes wrestling and starts a company does not automatically make you a money mark. Like
No, the
for
thing
like
about being a money mark is that the idea is that you don't know what you're doing and you're letting the boys what like run you
walk
around in
all over you,
circles.
yeah.
Yeah,
And people make up, people like fucking make shit up about Tony Khan to justify that. Like they put on the tinfoil hats and they just say shit. Dixie Carter, there is actual like tangible.
yeah, like Tony clearly books to his favorites and sensibilities, but I
Yeah,
think
of
all bookers
course.
do that. But like he does not run as much of a wild goose operation as Dixie Carter ran when she ran TNA.
Especially when you're letting fucking Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo into the company. Like you are inviting the inmates to run the asylum.
Yeah.
So, sorry, little personal sidebar there. Fuck the haters, you're all wrong. Is my message to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, time limit draw. Interesting choice, I guess. But again, I'm glad that we suddenly have at least one good match on these WCW shows.
Thank Christ. All we need is one.
And then we get an interview with Terry Taylor. Fuck this, fuck me. I didn't write notes
He
on it.
uses his incredible mic skills.
See, your problem is in this gambit is because you are trying to fuck with me, you have to stand a fundamentally mid wrestler. And that
I don't think
hurts
he's
you a
mid in
little
ring.
bit.
I just think he has dog shit mic skills. Like, dude is clearly very athletically and acrobatically gifted. He just can't fucking talk. And you know what's wrong with that? A lot of dudes out there who are very gifted in ring and not so much on mic. Well, yeah.
Whatever. Fucking push your ass. I can't wait. Can't wait to be done with this, not see him again.
For now. Until we return to classic era WWF, and who's
He's
that?
all
Oh
over
boy,
this
it's the
era
Red
because
Rooster.
He had He had so many jobs as in WWE and WCW. It's hard to avoid this fucking guy.
Yes. So he's just he's here to tell us that he looks forward to kicking Buddy Landel's ass at Starrcade. How I just said it gives too much credit to his level of supposed charisma.
I'll give
That's
him
it.
this though. He doesn't have the worst promo of the night.
I'm interested to see what you think the worst promo of the night is, because
I feel like you will probably agree with me when we get there.
We might. I can't remember. I feel like there probably is one that's what. Well, I mean, so far the worst promo of the night has been David fucking Crockett trying to read off his 2 assigned matches for the Starrcade
unfair.
card.
That's unfair. He's not a wrestler. He's just a commentator.
Jesus. Yeah, his whole job is talking. He should be better. The standards should be higher.
Anyway, then Tony. Speaking of good promos, Tony Schiavone brings on Jim Crockett.
Yeah, again, runs in the family. What do you have to tell us, Jim?
Crockett is just here to announce the next Championship Challenge Series match. Next week, it'll be a battle of managers. Now, I thought this meant that we were going to get 2 managers in the ring.
I fucking wish.
Especially because this is the next show after Starrcade, so you can't really spoil anything about Starrcade, especially because I think these shows are taped. So I imagine next week's episode of WCW sucks ass because it was taped. It was probably taped before Starrcade, but airs after Starrcade. Jesus. So nothing is going to happen. I guarantee
Nothing matters. Yeah, that's true.
Now, that having been said, Crockett's match announcement is Thunderfoot, because it's manager v manager, because it's J.J. Dillon's Thunderfoot and Blackbart versus Paul Ellering's Road Warriors.
Yeah, which I gotta say, I would probably prefer seeing just J.J. Dillon and Paul Ellering duke it out in the ring, but, you know, whatever.
Just to see what happens, I would absolutely want to see that.
100%. I don't know why we're, like, billing this as a match of managers, except for the fact that both teams just
have a manager.
Managers.
Yeah, it's not even like it's like 2 managers that have been beefing. Paul Ellering hasn't been here because the Road Warriors said he's in Chicago counting their money like Scrooge.
I know. Yeah, and also getting married, if I remember correctly. Road Warrior Animal or whatever. Getting engaged or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so Paul Ellering's not here. He hasn't been here at
all. There's no feud. Are we going to start a Paul Ellering, J.J. Dillon feud? That'd be neat. But, like, again, get their decrepit asses in the ring. Why are we dragging their stables into this?
Yeah. Anyway, Ric Flair is back here for some reason.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair is here just to be like, if you want the Championship Challenger Series to mean something, then you got to get me in that ring defending the World Championship. Ric Flair breaking convention as a heel champion, where he is openly asking for matches.
He's the best in the world. He doesn't need to be like this.
Ric Flair is the rare heel wrestler that thinks he is the best in the world and actively seeks to prove so.
You know, get credit where credit is due. The man is original, if nothing else.
His cousins could learn a few lessons about it. as Arn continues to whine that he's not just being given the television championship.
Oh yeah, I forget they're supposed to be cousins. It's so fucking
They
weird.
are, yeah.
Ric Flair's over here like, well, of course I gotta defend my belt. How else am I gonna prove that Arn Anderson's like, I stole this fair and square?
The
Exactly
Chad Ric Flair versus the virgin Arn Anderson.
No, we've gone too far. Back it up. Anyway, Black Bart versus Rocky King. Oh dear.
Okay. So this match basically is like Rocky King gets off to a hot start. He starts doing these high, super athletic, high flying moves, and then he tries for a drop kick, and Black Bart throws him to the ground.
Bro.
And then, well,
yeah, JJ Dillon lurking in the corner like the creepy bastard.
He throws Rocky King throat first into the ropes. That was pretty sick.
Something I do, a couple things I want to talk about is, well, we're talking about Black Bart spots here. Black Bart wraps Rocky King's arm around the top rope and then headbutts into his arm, which I'm not sure I've ever seen that before, and probably for good reason. It looks dumb as fuck, but I appreciate what a lunatic it makes Black Bart look like.
It feels like it's an idea that sounds good on paper.
Yeah.
But it also looks goofy.
You know what my thought was? That move was very Juice Robinson coded.
Juice Robinson would absolutely do that.
He would absolutely, and again, he would make it work because he is also a fucking lunatic. Also, man, finishing the saga of these loud ass kids, someone in the crowd is like shushing the kids at this point. Whatever like gaggle of 13-year-olds managed to grant themselves admission to the show all by themselves. The crowd is getting fed up. Some motherfuckers just going shh.
I'm trying to watch Black Bart here, kids. Shut up.
They're so goddamn done, brother. Oh my god.
Black Bart hits a power slam and a diving leg drop for the win.
Bro, one more thing I do want to point out, spot wise, is so King gets Bart in like the corner, and then runs at him, leaps at him, and is attempting a sunset flip. But Black Bart just like
I know they called it a sunset flip, but it absolutely looked like a monkey flip.
Okay,
maybe they just don't have the right word for it yet, but he jumped at him like he was doing a monkey flip.
That is fair. I did.
Shucks his ass.
No, not even that. He fucking like Super Saiyan chest flexes, and Rocky King goes flying halfway across the goddamn ring. Absolutely insane looking spot. That just like powered Black Bart up by a factor of like 5. Like crazy motherfucker.
Kaioken times 10 Black Bart.
True. Goddamn true.
Yeah, Black Bart gets the win here. The Rocky King looked all right. I mean,
he did.
It felt like he could have won, but it's a situation of like as soon as Black Bart actually gets his hands on Rocky, it's over.
Yeah, but Rocky King, because is he the guy that fought Pistol Pez last time? Was that Pistol Pez versus Rocky King? I can't remember.
Maybe.
Okay.
That sounds kind of right.
Yeah, I couldn't say for sure, but
listen, Pistol Pez had a way more memorable name, so
that is true. That is true. But like, if that was him, like yet another like crazy fucking match where like the dude can just go. So if assuming it's the same guy, so you know, cool shit. But yeah, so Black Bart is the winner, and Ron Bass is having a normal one about it.
Oh my god. Okay. Shivani is with Ron Bass. And Ron Bass is like, I've been lied to. I've been double-crossed. And I'm in the center of it all. It's JJ Dillon and Black Bart. He's like, there was a time he could trust Black Bart, but that's all water under the bridge now. Right here I stand, boy. Right here I stand, eyeball to eyeball. Right here, I'm not going to get angry. I'm going to get even.
Okay. So this is I'm starting to notice this is a pattern because this is the type of first of all, great shit
Took
from Ron
myself
Bass.
out on that one. Trying to
Yeah,
sound like Ron Bass.
that was good. That was good. You know, I appreciate the dedication. But this because this is the thing I talked about with Magnum TA too. Like, man, his voice is there, but dear God, the face is not emoting. Fucking
Mhm.
like Ron Bass has making the exact same face. He's going insane, but he's making the exact same face. Yeah, he's almost like fucking blue stealing it while trying to scream.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre, and it like disconnects me because I'm looking at the face to match the voice, and it just doesn't. Why?
His eyes just don't change.
They
And I think
don't
that's the
move.
thing that freaks me out.
I know. It's so like, and it feels like it kind of lessens the impact because I'm just like, come on.
He emotes like he's voice acting, but he's
I
not.
know. I know, and it's like unsettling in a way,
Yeah.
but not in a
Yeah.
way I'm sure he was going for. I don't know, but either way, yeah, he's detailing very specifically how he's gonna
He's like,
murder
here's
the
how
other
to
shit
bull
on the
rope.
blackboard.
He's like, look at the bull rope bells, a little used. I know how to use this, brother.
Bro, man is like absolutely gasping between sentences, like I'm gonna use this bull rope, and and then I'm gonna get my hands on JJ Dillon. Like, dude, are you okay?
Yeah.
Go,
And then
go see a doctor.
and then more roided up lunatics show up as the
Well,
Road Warriors.
first I want to point out that once Ron Bass is done with his manifesto posting, Tony Schiavone is like trying to rush to like, oh, folks, we'll be right back, and then gets cut off by the commercial break. I'd like to believe that Ron Bass was supposed to deliver like maybe a quick like 30-second to 1 minute promo, and then just decided to take some liberties. Like, no, Ron,
Yes.
your line was,
No one knows what time cues are in 1985.
that's fucking true, especially not the roided up lunatics that work for WCW.
But then the Road Warriors are here. An Animal is just yelling incoherently almost about Ric Flair, and he's like, you look so good on TV. Well, that's not gonna do. What's that gonna do to us?" And,
That said, after I talked that shit about Ron Bass, Road Warriors, they can actually fucking emote. You know, maybe there's a reason these guys were the ones that got signed by Vince.
They are good at this. And Animal is like, we don't like Dusty and we don't do favors for anybody, but we don't like the Andersons. And he throws it to Hawk. And Hawk has two lines that I was like, this is nuts. I love this. Hawk is like, you would have to wear diapers in our neighborhood back in Chicago because you don't cut it. And he's like, when we get through with you, it'll look like someone set your face on fire and put it out with an axe.
Bro, yeah, I thought Ron Bass was going crazy detailing the ways in which he wanted to murder his opponents, but holy fucking fuck, man.
Paul Ellering is a great like balancing force to this nonsense because he's like smart and well articulated. His whole gimmick is that he brings the Wall Street Journal with him to show how smart he is.
The
Wall Street Journal.
Truly, the thinking man's wrestling manager.
Yeah, but the Road Warriors on their own can be complete enthralling lunatics.
I know. I was here for I was not expecting them to just pull out this level of graphic detail, and it was great. I was like, yeah, set some fucking faces on fire. Woo!
I feel bad for them how the Attitude Era did them dirty because they feel like they should have fit in the Attitude Era, but their biggest problem is that as like violent as their promos are, they're also aggressively PG.
I know.
So like, what are you in 1997? You're out here calling the road like the New Age Outlaws snot-nosed punks or whatever. Like, no, okay, Grandpa, get the fuck out of here.
Jesus, the 80s cold. Holy fuck.
But like, this is the 80s, baby. This is their element. They got their they especially when they get the shoulder pads, they look like they came out of a Mad Max movie, and then they just beat the shit out of people.
Like this is their era where they can do like real wrestling and have it not be like, I don't know, I guess too far past their PG sensibilities, but then like and then still look cool. But man, once you put it into like the grim gritty 90s, by comparison, it's like,
They
oh
look like
no.
dorks
I
instead of
know.
like
I
the
know. And that was kind of the
badasses.
thing, is like, I don't have the greatest perception of the Road Warriors because of like what we've seen of them in the fucking Fed, where they
Mhm.
do look kind of dorky, and also like Vince continues to do them dirty just every time they're there, whether it be like taking, I can't remember, fucking Animal and making him the Hamburglar or whatever the shit. I I know I'm getting every detail of that wrong, but you know what the
WWF
fuck
has
I'm talking about.
yeah, the Road Warriors have so many bad gimmicks in the WWF. They get a puppet.
Or no, wait, that was Demolition. That was Axe and Smash. Fuck.
Yeah, accents. Yeah, the fucking.
But can you
the
see why I
repo
struggle
man.
telling them apart?
The repo man. Yeah. But no, the Road Warriors do genuinely have basically no good runs in the WWF. When they first come in for like a year, it's
Yeah.
great, and then they get a puppet doll, and that sucks. And then they come back in the '90s, and it's bad, and nobody likes them anymore. And Hawk is
And then JJ Dillon fucking leaves them to join the Nazi bikers. Or no, not JJ Dillon. Paul Ellering leaves them to join.
Paul
the Nazi
Ellering
bikers.
joins the Nazi bikers, and Hawk becomes an alcoholic. And
and
almost commits suicide by falling off the Titantron. And then they come back in 2006, where Animal is doing the nostalgia run, and he gets Heidenreich to join the Warriors.
So like, I've not had a great perception of the Road Warriors.
Yeah, because they suck. Because they almost always suck in the WWE.
Imagine my shock when they come in on this episode and they start fucking eating, and I go, "What? Who are these guys? Why are you cool now?"
AWA and WCW Road Warriors hit different.
Bro, fucking clearly. I'm actually interested now. What the hell?
Then our next match is Billy Jack Haynes versus Jim Jeffers.
Yeah, BJH versus Jim. Oh dear, Jeffers. And in a surprise twist, Jim Jeffers beats BJH clean.
Yeah, that was crazy. I couldn't believe that happened.
Yeah, that was fun. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You'll be shocked to learn that Brian that the fuck is his name?
Billy Jack Haynes.
Billy Jack Haynes disposes of Jim Jeffers quite handily.
And then we get a promo with Billy Jack Haynes. I wrote it was certainly a promo of all time.
See, I have to say, I didn't dislike this one the way you did.
I think it gets better as it goes on, but the first part is really rough.
Okay,
I feel like he was kind of soft-spoken. He kept stumbling over what he was trying to say. He opens with a like, "Man, it's great here in the WCW, isn't it, everybody?" I'm like, "Oh, jeez."
Oh, yeah. Okay, that is fair. For me, the highlight was he threatens to break the Minnesota Wrecking Crew the same way Dusty's ankle broke. Which,
in the end, he kind of gets it around. He kind of turns it around by the end.
He does.
But then he also is like, he stumbles over talking about what happened to Dusty Rhodes, because he's like talking about it, and he's like, they tried to break his. They broke his ankle.
Yeah, that he is not the smoothest with talking off the cuff. So there is that. Although I do like that at the end of his promo, he's gone crazy, he's done his yelling, whatever, and then he turns to Tony Schiavone and he fucking apologizes for yelling like that. He's like, I didn't mean to, it's just business, and then walks off. Like it's so polite. I respect it.
Yeah. Then we get a clip show of a few matches by the Russians, because guys, they're coming.
And specifically, like, just Nikita Koloff being murderizing some poor.
Yeah, they've set up Nikita as like the biggest threat from that group.
A guy, 100.
He's the big. They're all dangerous, but like he's the guy.
He's the main motherfucker here, and it's really cool because like he actually does have a legitimately like good physicality to him. He's fucking massive, but he also moves well. Like he's not like just some lunk that can barely move, but he's big, so we let him get dubs. Like, dude can schmove pretty well, and I appreciate it. There's a great clip in this little compilation.
Between him and like old man Ivan Koloff and future Hamburglar Crusher Khrushchev.
There he is. There it is. Yeah, there's the Hamburglar.
Obviously Nikita Koloff is the really breakout star of this team.
Yeah, obviously. But like some dude like leapfrogs over, like they're running the ropes. Some dude leapfrogs over him, and then Nikita rebounds off the ropes into a just clean fucking lariat that flips this dude 360. Great like little spot there. That was such a good bit. So like yeah, I'm fair enough. Nikita Koloff fucking rules. More of him, please.
Yep. Then we get our next match of the show: Ron Bass, Pez Whatley, and the Italian Stallion versus Carl Styles, Kent Glover, and Tony Clark.
Oh, was it? I thought it was Larry Clark. Man,
I could be wrong. Actually, I barely got the names off.
Either way, man, they're not even trying.
Do you want to know how important this match is? This was the match where Tony Schiavone starts talking about the fan letters.
Yeah! Yeah, shout out to Mrs. Norma Lindbergh celebrating her anniversary. She and her husband are diehard WCW fans. And shout out to Alan Wilson in Louisiana or whatever the fuck.
He's like, I want to see he's like, I want to see Starrcade live. And they're like, buddy, you're going to get to see Starrcade.
Bro, I thought they were about to be really cool and like send him tickets, and they're like, "You're gonna get to see Starrcade at your local Superdome. It'll be on closed circuit.
You can watch it on closed circuit, the Superdome. Fuck you. You're not actually getting tickets. No.
Man, I thought for a second. I was really excited. I was like, oh, that's good. No, fuck you.
Yeah. Also, I noted they didn't blur out the address where you could send the letters to WCW.
Oh my!
I'm like, is that still legal then? Can I send a letter to WCW right now?
I don't see no cops around to stop you.
I want to. That would be the stupidest thing ever. I make sure to have don't put in a return address so no one can fucking get on my ass about it.
Then like 2 weeks later it goes viral on Twitter.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, the match was so whatever to me. I didn't really pay attention to it.
Yeah, who gives a fuck, brother?
Pez hits a flying headbutt that looked kind of more like a clothesline, to be honest, and wins.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's Ron Bass, Pez Whatley, and Italian Stallion versus three dudes named Carl, Kent, and Larry. Like, you're not getting all that much here. Okay, yeah. So and then speaking of dudes named, it's who the fuck is
who is this?
Denny Brown?
Fucking hell!
Denny? Hi, Denny.
The junior heavyweight champion, allegedly.
Yeah,
and he sucks ass. This was the worst promo on the show.
Okay, yeah, he was the worst promo of the show. That's fucking true. Like, it was worse than the Terry Taylor promo, brother. It was bad.
He speaks like he's like a high school student trying to give a presentation about Starrcade to his class.
Bro, I know, and he's just here to run down the Starrcade card.
He doesn't say anything. He runs down the Starrcade. You run down the Starrcade card with this kid who looks like he needs to go back to homeroom. Like he's skipping class to be on WCW right now.
Yeah, if Tony Zane was an overgrown middle schooler, Denny Brown is a slightly less overgrown high schooler.
But what the fuck ever. Then the next match is the main event, by the way. This show started hot and then fell off.
Really?
The main event of this show is Sam Houston, versus the Golden Terror.
Who? I mean, I also barely know who the fuck Sam Houston is, but thank you to Commentary for explaining it to me. He's like a protege of Dusty and Magnum, so like, I get it. We're
fighting Crusher Khrushchev at Starrcade for one of the vacant belts. And then, oh my God, Ric Flair is here.
Yes, he was back.
He is on commentary.
Back again.
And Ric Flair is basically like criticizes. I didn't give a shit about this match. I was just listening to Ric Flair. Ric Flair criticizes Dusty Rhodes for glazing up these guys like Sam Houston, even though Sam Houston has never beaten anybody like Rick or the Andersons or Tully. He's never beaten any of the best. Fuck this kid.
Yeah.
Flair calls Sam a human broomstick, and he predicts that Crusher Khrushchev is going to beat his ass.
He does. I will say he does, like, at one point in the match cop to, like, all right, he's performing pretty well, but then
He's like, he's
Sam
an
Houston
all right
is doing
kid.
pretty well against Golden Terror, and
Ric Flair says that Dusty fills these guys up with air, and then Ric Flair and his boys take that air right out. And at one point, David Crockett has not been talking. He's only been sitting silently.
good, as he
Ric
should.
Flair yells at David Crockett to talk to him and actually engage in conversation.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Anyway, Sam Houston hits this big bulldog woohoo. There's a in-ring collision. Both guys fall over. And Ric Flair runs from commentary, which is implicitly happening on the booth at the the interview area, because that's where Ric Flair was. So it's my understanding is that what commentary is Tony and David standing over where they do all the interviews and just looking at the ring with a microphone in hand, because that's what Ric Flair was doing.
Yeah.
So Ric Flair runs from the stage, and he grabs Sam Houston, who is laying on the apron, and he suplexes Sam Houston directly on the concrete floor. Sam Houston gets counted out and loses. And
yep, yeah. Ric Flair's like,
out.
This kid ain't nothing, and then just murders him anyway.
David Crockett is checking on Sam. Tony Schiavone is freaking out, and Ric Flair is yells, "This is what pro wrestling is all about. Where's Dusty Rhodes now? Where's Dusty Rhodes now?" And he promises to do to Dusty Rhodes what he just did to Sam Houston.
Yeah, it was a legitimately great moment there from Flair. Like, fucking dude is like going off like about, and again, like the connection here with Dusty is what kind of propels this to anything meaningful.
I think they do a good job of selling this moment, especially because to the modern eyes, this is nothing. Like, a suplex to the floor is not like that bad in modern wrestling, and Tony Schiavone is selling it like this is the most heinous action he's ever watched.
Yeah, and I mean it's not, but it is a great moment from Flair. Like, just like, do you see what becomes of
like
following the dusty
they're
path?
trying to sell that Ric Flair has lost his mind, and Tony Schiavone is grasping at how Ric Flair could act like this. What has happened? And Ric Flair is just becoming a megalomaniacal supervillain.
Oh yeah, like, and again, like, after Schiavone's trying to fucking like appeal to his better nature.
Ric Flair's like, absolutely not. I have no better nature. Woo!
Yeah. So yeah, fuck you, I guess. Yeah. So great shit.
So that's the go home to Starrcade 85. There were good parts to the show, but it's go home. We're just running on autopilot to get to the show.
Bro, I know. So, like, it could have been worse, but oh god, thank God we're actually doing Starrcade next time. Holy god.
Yeah, next time we're here, we're rewatching Starrcade the Gathering.
Oh god. Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
Whew, we're there.
We've made it. But for next time on the podcast, it's time to get back to Lucha Underground.
Ooh, baby, temple time.
Last time we were here, it was no Moss, and Sexy Star had defeated her demons. But this time, there's even more demons, because it's not just grave consequences. It's graver consequences.
Oh my? the consequences have gotten more deathy? What?
As Matanza Cueto will face Mil Muertes for the Lucha Underground Championship.
Oh, baby, this is gonna be like insane shit. I still can't believe we're like running this back. Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
the hype, the hype, the hype, the hype,
And
the
from
hype.
what I remember, that match fucking rocks.
I can't wait. I've got a little bit of Jeff Cobb back on my palette after Forbidden Door last weekend. So now I'm hyped to see him like go crazy once more. Oh,
Yeah. That's for next time. Until then, David, hit our plugs.
yes, sir. Dear friends, thank you all so much for joining us in yet another episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. We are so delighted to have you here. Returning listeners, viewers, what have you. You all know the drill. Thank you all so much for once again welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever the hell it is you use to consume our content. We're just glad you're here. Thank you all. New people, hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome to the show. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast like to think we're friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So whether you're brand new to the wild, wacky world of wrestling, or you're a veteran of all the weird bullshit, we hope you feel welcome here. We hope you had a good time here. We hope things felt accessible to you here. We hope you want to keep joining us week after week after week. I'm going to make sure you know all the ways to do so. First and foremost, of course, is our YouTube. You can find us on YouTube. Hit subscribe, ring that bell. Make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Check out all of our playlists. Austin has been kind enough to organize all of the storylines that we follow into their own separate playlists, so you can follow something all the way down without having to skip around a whole lot. It's great. Also, super cuts of our arcs will be coming to the YouTube in the
They
near.
really should be. I have like 2 weeks off. I really should
yeah.
finish that.
Hey, well, there you go. Coming in the near future. Arc super cuts coming to the YouTube. That'll be a little YouTube exclusive for you folks. Look at that.
Yeah,
and of course,
I don't think anyone wants to listen to a 12-hour podcast, but I guess.
I don't know. I feel like Quentin Reviews has kind of dispelled that a little bit in recent years. So you know. But either way, give us all that sweet engagement in the forms of comments and likes and everything. All that good shit. Would greatly appreciate it. And it's a video version, so you can see our beautiful faces. Isn't that nice? And the fact that at this point with the facial hair that we've grown out, neither Austin or I look a whole lot like our current channel art, but that's just
I need to get a haircut. I have an
interview. It does crack me up that both times we've gotten our channel art done, like you've just freshly shaved, so your avatars are always extremely clean shaven, and then like 99% of the time on the pod you're fully bearded out. It's beautiful. So anywho, but yeah, so all that good shit over on the YouTube. For those of you who enjoy the audio only experience, you can find the Noobs and Knockouts all over the audio only podcast interwebs, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and like anywhere where our RSS feed goes, you will find the Noobs and Knockouts podcast there. And to listen on whatever your favorite provider may be. And once again, you can download our show to listen to it offline and give us some that sweet engagement in the forms of ratings and reviews that seem to be all over those websites. Just some kind words helps out the show tremendously. Maybe suggesting that more people are checking us out. Just a thought there. But yeah, all that good shit. Watch us, listen to us, whatever. Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. Of course, we exist past this little void that we find ourselves in week after week. We fucking have a Twitter, which is neat, and it's still a thing that exists somehow. You can find us on Twitter at Noobs and NoxPod. That's at Noobs, the letter N, NoxPod on Twitter. Come check us out there. We do the whole Twitter thing. We do memes. We do discourse. We, just talk wrestling all the time. We put up a post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys always know what the hell is going on. Highlight of our Twitter is weekly wrestling live tweeting every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS. We are watching and tweeting about AEW Dynamite together, having a grand old time doing that. Additionally, I, being the shameless AEW mark that I am, will, whenever I get the chance, watch Rampage at 10 p.m. Eastern on Fridays on TNT and Collision on Saturdays at 8 p.m. on TNT Eastern time, of course, and tweet about that shit. On top of that, Austin, being the knockout that he is, likes to follow along the 3 major American promotions, WWE, AEW, and TNA, and talk about them. Sometimes we'll tweet about them as he watches their pay-per-views. We like to tell you guys about what they've got going on, especially for all you noobs in the audience who are maybe looking to get more into this thing. It's also our chance on the show to kind of talk a tiny bit about the world of modern wrestling amidst all this retro shit. So, my friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Right. So we're kind of at a point where there's a lot of stuff that's going to be a bit. For TNA, which you can watch every week, 8 o'clock on Thursdays on Access TV, or, get a YouTube sub through that. That's probably smarter.
Yeah, definitely.
You probably don't get Access TV, just as a guess. Upcoming for them is on July 20th on pay-per-view is Slammiversary. This is kind of a big one. This is their 20th Slammiversary. Now, this is their 22nd anniversary. They didn't immediately start doing Slammiversary.
I mean, you got to at least wait at least 1 year, You
gotta build up a little bit of a history before you can start celebrating your anniversary.
True, but I do appreciate that they've got it pretty close to the number,
Yeah, 20th anniversary here.
Yeah, I like it.
I need to catch up a little bit on TNA. We'll cycle back to that next time. But this is on pay-per-view. For WWE, you can watch Raw at 8 on USA for now until January. And you can watch Fridays at 8 on SmackDown, Fridays 8 on Fox until September or something. I don't remember when the transition is, but Fox is ready to leave, get out of that one.
Oh God, they're so ready.
They're so ready to be done. I know they re-upped with USA to keep Raw there until Netflix starts, but that's in January. I don't remember when they switch over back to USA for SmackDown. But anyway, the day we're recording this is the day of Money in the Bank, so I guess no reason to really talk about that. The next show after that is SummerSlam in Cleveland.
Yes. We are slamming in the summertime.
On Peacock. I gotta say, look, I give minimal credit to Triple H when I can. But I appreciate that Triple H brought back the correct gimmick for King of the Ring. King of the Ring should not be about having 2 characters a year have a really, really stupid king gimmick. It can't, 2 people have ever done anything good with the king gimmick. Stop making people do it.
Yes.
But what they should be doing is using King of the Ring to give world title matches. And that is what is happening at SummerSlam. As Gunther will be challenging the winner of Damian Priest and Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. And Nia Jax will be challenging Bayley.
Damn. I will say I do wish we could see I do wish we could see Gunther versus Cody instead, but still that's a cool way to use King of the Ring.
Well, I think they're giving it to Gunther because Gunther might win.
Well, that's fair.
Gunther's not beating Cody, but he might beat Damian Priest.
That's fair. I'm just saying a Cody Gunther match would be cool as shit. I feel like that would be a really good match.
It would be really good for sure. So obviously that's still a month away. We'll get more about that as we go along. And then AEW especially has got a while to wait as they just wrapped up Forbidden Door. And their next pay-per-view is all the way in August 25th as All in London. Oi, mate, bruv. All we know so far is the winners of the Owen Hart Cup will get title matches against Swerve Strickland and Timeless Tony Storm. And it's fine. Willow versus Mariah May. It's fine. There will be no problems if and when Mariah wins the Owen Hart Cup.
Tony Storm is definitely not relying on Willow getting that dub. They're definitely gonna do some shit with the throwing in the towel thing. I can feel it.
Ooh, I know. And then, Swerve is going to face either Bryan Danielson, Jay White, or Hangman Adam Page. I'm sure. It's all going to be fine.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Dude, I'm ready for the discourse tonight when Hangman beats Jay White.
Oh my God, the Jay White. Well, because here's the thing. I want to believe that, like, the Jay White fans, the Jay White fans, and I don't say this as a Jay White hater. Jay White just has a weird, like, following that gets mad every time he doesn't win shit. But, like, I want to believe that they'll have perspective to say, like, he's not the guy to beat Swerve at All In, and we don't want him losing at Wembley. I want to believe they'll have perspective to say that.
Now,
will they?
Hangman versus Danielson is very interesting.
It is.
Because it feels like, do you want to immediately run back Hangman and Swerve? I would argue you shouldn't. Because it feels like there's only so many more times you can run that back for a while. Like, I know we just had the hiatus, but that's still a feud that's happened within the last few. And they had like 3 matches. So, like, it would work. It just hits that territory of, like, do we want this to be the only thing Hangman does?
Well, because my thought is, if it's Hangman beats Swerve. I think if
I agree with that. I feel like he can't. I feel like Hangman can't lose to Swerve the next time they wrestle.
Yeah, I think Hangman's got to beat Swerve at All In, and, like, as a catapult to Hangman, like, reclaiming the world championship, but going on, like, a generational heel run with it. Like, I can fully see that happening. And Danielson does have an alternate match.
The other intriguing idea here is that, like, I know that Danielson is allergic to going over.
Yeah,
that's how that goes.
I love it. That's why I love him so much. But if
Danielson is ever going to be world champion in AEW, this is it. It's happening here, or it's never happening at all. So it's like that question of, like, I could see good arguments for Danielson or Hangman winning the Owen Hart Cup. And if it's Danielson Swerve, I could see a good argument for either man winning that title match at Wembley.
Yeah. You know, I could.
Danielson again, allergic to going over. But we don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty. Tony and Mariah feels like the very obvious choice, and I think the only reason I agree about the towel thing, but also Willow has Statlander on.
That's true. That like both are true, and, like, between Statlander, like, that match could go in a number of screwy ways, but, like, it is crazy. We have kind of 2, like, big stories to start paying off here.
Yeah. They're using the Owen to tell really good and interesting stories with a tournament. It's incredible.
I know.
This is look, I love Tony and his tournaments, but a lot of the tournaments in AEW, the field is just too small. It's too obvious who's going to win. Yeah. And it feels like the Owen Hart Cups this year have done a lot to fix that. You have guys
the Owen last year, I didn't feel confident about who was going to win. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't think it would fully be Willow or Ricky Starks last year. So, like, the Owen's kind of been fun in that way. Like, that's always been one of the more unpredictable ones. And this year it is a little more predictable, at least on the women's side, but, like, when you're advancing these stories, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I also feel like it's predictable in the sense of, like, Tony versus Mariah feels inevitable eventually, but it's not necessarily predictable that this is where it's going to happen. And that feels right to put it here, but, like, you could absolutely make an argument for Tony screwing Willow, and then what you do is have Willow.
Or you mean Tony screwing Mariah?
Yeah, yes, that's what I meant. Is Tony versus Willow at All In, and remembering that All Out is a week later, running Tony versus Mariah at All Out.
Okay, that's insane, but I'm now going to be going to All Out, and I'm bringing a friend.
Dude, if you're gonna see Tony Storm versus Mariah, man, I actually hate you a little bit.
Well, what's really funny too is I'm bringing a friend. So I have a few friends who live in Chicago, and, I've just been hitting them up like, hey, I'm gonna be in town that weekend if you want to, like, find some time to hang. And one of my friends has never like really watched wrestling before, and so I was asking like, hey, she goes to law school in Chicago, and I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? And she's like, yeah. And I go, okay, cool, my friends and I are going to be in town for a wrestling pay-per-view. And she goes, you know what, bring me along, I think I want to see that shit. I'm interested. And so she's coming along with us, and I have promised her warring lesbians, and by God, I hope
you get some warring lesbians.
Just for her.
But yeah. Really, it's warring bisexuals, really.
Okay, yeah. Well, for all intents and purposes in this particular instance.
It's interesting because I don't think it's like, I know that Tony's actually bi, and I think my only evidence that Mariah's bi is she keeps flirting with Anthony Bowens, but that's only on Twitter. So okay. It's like, is Mariah kayfabe bi? That's an interesting question to bring up. Are Tony and Mariah kayfabe gay or kayfabe bi? Which is different than if they're shoot bi, of course.
That's wrestling is weird, man.
We gotta consider that.
Wrestling is so fucked.
Because Tony doesn't acknowledge her husband on.
No, she doesn't. She and Juice never like look at each other.
Which is one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to imagine what that segment even looks like.
I know, especially now with the Timeless gimmick.
Like Timeless Tony Storm and Bullet and the Bang Bang Gang interacting in the same segment. I don't even know what that looks like.
I don't know. Like, best I can imagine is Timeless Tony Storm keeps feral Juice Robinson as her like pet.
Like what? Like, how does the Bang Bang Gang react to Juice having a wife that's in black and white and has a girlfriend on the side?
You know the Guns are having a time with that one. The gun, Jay White probably doesn't give a shit, but the Guns are probably like just losing their minds constantly over that one. They're like, bro, how does she do that, bro? Bro, that's crazy, bro. Like, you can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, so good shit there. That would be crazy. Man, if we get two world title changes at Wembley, that'll be insane. And I will say the one other thing with Danielson is he does still have the possibility of the alternate match with Nigel McGuinness, which, dear God, they've been building Nigel McGuinness Hater of the Year for 2 years, for I guess now like a full year. It's time to culminate, brother.
Like, come on, man.
Come on, give it to me. I want to believe Danielson loses to Hangman, and then Nigel, like, gets in his face about it to gloat, and Danielson's like, you know what, motherfucker? I'm so done with this shit. Get your ass in the ring. We're doing this.
It would appeal to, like, 200 people, but one of them would be me.
Bro, well, like, but, like, all of fucking, you know, and again, wrestling Twitter versus actual wrestling crowds, but, like, fucking wrestling Twitter has been calling this shit since Nigel McGuinness was announced as a Collision announcer. Like, we have been waiting, Tonathan.
It's time to run it back. Come on, Tony. You know you love Ring of Honor 2005.
It's time.
Do it.
I have to finish the story.
Yeah.
Bruv,
oi.
And also, isn't it?
Bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash. Shepherd's pie. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheeky Nando's.
So yeah, good shit.
Anyway, that's what's going on in wrestling right now.
Oh man, we got some good discourse out of that one. All right. So check all that shit out. It's a great time over on the Twitter. If you like hearing us ramble about wrestling on this show, you'll like it over on the Twitter. The voices, the sensibilities, the jokes carry over pretty well, I would say. So come over and join us at Noobs and Knockouts Pod. Of course, if you want to get in more direct and long form contact with us, you can do so at our email address. You can email us at noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word, and knockoutspod@gmail.com. Come and say hi to us there. Tell us what you think about the show. Tell us things you want to see us cover on the show. You know, fucking just talk to us about the show. You know, tell us our hot takes are based or they're dumb or whatever. Just have discussions. Say hi. We love people saying hi. We would love to say hi back. Noobs and knockoutspod@gmail.com. And of course, finally, if you want to support the show in a financial sense, you can do so over on our Patreon page. We are also the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. The link for that is in our Twitter. $1 a month gets you early access to episodes and a shout out at the end of each episode. Shout out, as always, to Sugar Daddy, El Lucha Dead, Money, Money, Money. I want to sit under the learning tree, TM.
Thanks, guys.
Fuck you. Fuck all of you. My friend. So Bianchi, as usual, fuck you. He told me that he had a plan. He had a secret plan that he was going to get both him and me matching learning tree shirts. This is already after fucking Robbie bought a learning tree shirt. He was going to get him and me matching learning tree shirts to wear for when we watched Forbidden Door last weekend, but then he forgot. So fuck you, dumbass. Fuck you. And a surprising development, and one that I didn't fully know was possible. We have our first ever addition to our free tier on our Patreon. So shout out also to Gabe Chavez for joining the free tier on the Patreon that I didn't know existed.
All right.
All right. Thanks for joining us, buddy. It's
I guess the free tier is just going to be we'll shout you out.
We'll shout you out. I mean, yeah. Subscribe to free tier and we'll say your fucking name. We're not big enough to have to worry about that shit right now, but sure. Enjoy it.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for saying you support the podcast.
Yeah, you know, even just a token of support like that means a lot. But yeah, so whether you're joining us on our free tier that exists, I guess, or our $1 tier, greatly appreciated. That $1 tier especially, you get that kind of special little perk there of those early episodes, and you know, even just a single dollar a month helps us out tremendously, helps us like do more shit for the show, supports us a little bit, makes us feel good about ourselves, which is nice. And you know, the more we grow, the more people get added to this, the more we're going to be able to do with the show and with the Patreon and all that good shit. So if you want to support us financially or just on a moral level, you can do so over on the Patreon, Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. The link for that, once again, is in our Twitter. Thank you all.
See y'all next time.
Still